Hello friends and welcome this Friday to a speed build on my channel. I really enjoy doing speed builds, I very much do. Hello, hope you all had a good week, my dears. Welcome to this speed build. It's a kind of New England style house. I actually found this house on Google Earth. It's not exactly like the house, but the colorings, the roof color, and they had a big red barn near it as well. And I thought, do you know what? We're going to push it all together and make a house. So that's what we've done today. I don't fancy putting the picture up on the screen, mainly because it is somebody's house. And I don't think that would be, I wouldn't like someone to kind of put my house up on like a video on the internet without my knowledge of it. So I'm not going to, but just a little inspiration for you guys. Is another good way to find builds is to get on Google Earth and have a float around and see what you can find. That's a good bit of advice to you there, my dears. You will definitely find some really, really great houses in New England. I was loving walking around there in Google Earth. It's such a pretty place in the US. And I wanted to create something. So this is what it is. It is a family home. It is got 3 bedrooms. You could easily make this into a 5-bedroom house, quite easily. But I ended up using one of the rooms as like a games room for the family instead. So I went down that route. Instead with it. It's got a huge lounge on the ground floor, along with a living room and an office. Upstairs it's got 3 bedrooms plus I think it's got 4 bathrooms going throughout the house as well, so it's quite a substantial size. I can't even remember how many simoleons this actually cost, but I think it was under the 200,000 mark, so it's not too bad really for a big family home. Yeah, not too bad at all, but I loved it. I loved like figuring out the roofing and everything to this. It was quite a little, I don't know, a little higgledy-piggledy mess when I first started, but it slowly started to kind of come into shape quite rather nicely. And I was really, really happy with the actual outcome of it. And I was like, do I want to name this house? Because I usually name my houses, but I thought, no, I'm just going to put New England House or New England Home. I think it was house I went with. Yeah, I just went with that instead. And this is what I came up with. Yes. I hope you've all had a good week. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Thank you so much for your feedback on the Strangerville Let's Play. It's so nice to see a lot of you guys enjoying it because I had so much fun recording it, and I definitely will be doing some more on the channel. That is without question. Now, with this house, I was like, I'm in an autumn vibe now. The weather has got a lot colder or a lot cooler in the UK. We're no longer suffering with our heat wave. And I was just like, right, I'm in the mood to build something autumnal. So I was like, what do I think of when I think of autumn? And I was like, there, leaves change. And then as soon as I thought of leaf change, I've always remembered seeing this photo of New England when I was younger. And it was just with all of the autumn coloured trees. And I was like, why don't I try and have a little look around New England and see what I can build from there? And this is what I came up with. Few things do change. Not a lot does change on the exterior. Just the position of the windows. From the indoors, the windows were up a little bit too high, so I had to like shuffle everything down when it came to do the interior on the inside. But it still worked. Now here I'm putting a chimney in using the kind of roof detail to kind of sort of like make it look like it's got a slope going up to the chimney. But what I end up doing is actually making the chimney a lot higher, but still giving that look as well. I end up using the roof, that kind of sloping roof technique when I put the chimney up a bit higher. Sorry if I'm like crap with my voiceover today. I've just been talking all day. I've been talking all day to my friend, and I've been out and got my hair cut and everything. So I think I've used up all of my words. And I should not, because I need to keep them for you lovely people when I do these voiceovers. But there's probably going to be a lot of screaming happen tonight. I'm playing a horror game on stream tonight on Twitch for the first time. And I'm a little bit nervous about it, to be honest with you. I won't lie, because I do love a horror game, but I prefer having people around me when I play a horror game. And as much as there people are around me, because people are watching me play the game, yeah, I still haven't got the courage together to play it. The game in question, if you are interested to know, is it's called Maid of Sker. And that means M-I-A-M-A-I-D and then Sker, S-K-E-R. It looks really scary. So if you lot want to come and watch me, then be my guest. I'm starting at 8 p.m. this evening. And I will be there. Yes. So outdoors, out the back in the back garden area here, I really wanted it to have a big covered deck area. Main reasons being I know the weather is kind of... Is it like almost quite temperate? Is it a bit like maybe England? Does it rain a lot in New England? I haven't really tested this out, but I would imagine it gets cold. So I thought, right, a covered deck would probably be the best way to go here. I was kind of trying to think logistically with the weather patterns and stuff. I think a little bit too much into speed build sometimes. I really do. I do love a bit of realism, but that was just taking the absolute piss, really, wasn't it? But I don't know. I like a covered deck. I really do. And in my head, this family that were moving into this lot, they did have a child. It just looks like a family home to me. So I kind of semi-decorated just the kind of porch area at the front for Halloween. I put a few like wreaths up and some pumpkins and stuff. And out the back, I made sure to get like a swing set and stuff in there as well. And yeah, it worked. It worked. There's two dads in this family. There's two dads and a little girl. And I player tested the whole lot as well. Everything works rather nicely. I forgot to say on the ground floor as well, there is a garage. And I actually made it into kind of a semi-utility room with a washer and a dryer. And yeah, further nice. And I did litter the front of this with loads of ivy as well. And I wanted to kind of ombre the colours from green to like mid-yellow green and then up to red as well. And I actually changed the windows here that you can see around this bit. I actually end up going for you probably saw it in the video tour at the beginning. And I actually end up going for the Moschino ones, the smaller Moschino windows. I just thought they fit rather nicely in that area. And I put them on the back of the barn area as well. Now, in my head, when I was building this, I was like, oh, this is huge downstairs. Like, what could I do downstairs like to kind of fill the space nicely? And where the games room is now, I was going to do like a little granny annex. So, I don't know, the Sims, like mum, like elderly mother could like live in there. But I didn't. I ended up doing a games room instead because I'm selfish. But I don't know, just that kind of fit the family vibe a little bit more for me rather than a granny annex. But that would have been a really cool idea. I would love to see someone maybe renovate this and make that into a granny annex. As always, if you do renovate any of my builds, make sure to send them to me on Twitter because I love looking through them. I really do. Very much do indeed. Now, with the landscaping out the front, I was like, right, I need to think about things shouldn't be growing too much. So I tried to use as less flowers as possible. And I ended up using quite a few of these dead like rose bushes as well, just to make it look like leaves have come off of them because obviously autumn is here now. And I kind of made the color palette a little bit more autumnal by using the red bushes and the kind of faded bushes. But also the greens that I've used, like for the plants that we were doing on that hill just a minute ago, they've got like a very flat green to them and they almost look like they're kind of turning from the season. So I was like, I'm going to use that as well. And I end up just putting loads of piles of leaves and stuff around, including these table decorations. But I put them around everywhere. Just, again, to make it look autumnal. Now, autumn is my favourite season in the world. I absolutely love autumn because it's not as cold as winter, so you can still go out. But I don't know, I just love the cozy vibe. I'm a proper homebody. I love being at home. So it gives you an excuse to be at home. It gives me a chance to put on my fireplace as well and get snuggled in front of the fire. I am more than happy to do that. And yeah, what's your favourite seasons out there? I know a lot of people like summer, and I do love summer. I love summer when it gets here. But no, summer is definitely not my favourite. And I would probably go to say it's probably, no, I'd probably say it was my third. I was going to say it was my last, but I'm going to put spring. Going to put spring as last because autumn and winter they're my shit. They really are. And loads of like Brits complain about like the cold and any kind of weather. But I love the cold. I love the rain. And yeah, I'm here for it. Really am. Anyway, I am talking so much shit. You're going to have to excuse me. But I did warn you. Did warn you in the beginning. Really did. Now, with these stepping stone bits here, I just kind of wanted to be able to fit a swing set in here. So I needed to kind of make the stepping stones kind of go off in this kind of shape so it can give enough room on the side there so I can put a swing set in. And that's what we added just now. And I don't know, I think this is really cool. Again, using terrain paints to make it look a little bit more realistic, like they have been using the swing quite a bit. Terrain painting will bring builds to life. I know I say this a lot, but it really does. In my eyes, it adds more detail in. I always look, if I see a build without terrain painting, to me, it just looks unfinished. I don't know about anybody else, but that's probably just me being a Virgo. Really is probably just me being an absolute Virgo. And I can't help it. I am sorry. Oh, yeah. I end up putting a little tent out here as well. And I'm always weirded out by that tent. That tent's graphics are very alpha. They're very alpha compared to the game graphics. And it just looks weird. It looks like custom content, but it came with the outdoor retreat pack. But yeah, I don't know. Anybody else ever thought that tent looks a bit alpha? But yes. And putting dead rose bushes in these little planters here as well, just to make it look like the kind of harvest has been and gone and all your plants are dead. That's very depressing. But my plants all are dead, actually, in the garden. They look a little bit sorry for themselves now. I need to buy some, is it perennial flowers where they kind of come back every year? I need some more of them, and I need some more evergreen stuff so it lasts through the winter as well. Really do. So this is obviously the covered deck that I was going on about. Things change here as well. Including the color of the floor. I actually end up going for a darker floor. The same wood, but just in a darker tone. And I just move things around a little bit around here as well, just to make it flow a little bit better. But the reason I went for a darker wood floor is because the wood flooring on the inside of the house was a little bit dark, and it just looked weird having this lighter wood on the outside to the darker wood inside. So we end up changing it. We end up changing it through. Now, I think this house would look great at Christmas. I think this would be a very nice Christmas house. So I may have to just give this a decorate this house when it actually comes up to Christmas. And I can't believe I'm talking about Christmas, but hey, it's October now. It is October. It is creeping upon us. Things I'm hoping for Christmas this year, not like object-wise, present-wise, just feeling-wise. I really want Christmas to kind of make people kind of come together again, because this year has been shocking. Absolutely shocking. I hope Christmas kind of is the one thing that will kind of get everyone pulled together again. I don't know about you guys, but that's where my thoughts going with it. See, I told you I can't speak today. Cannot speak. Really can't. And it's very, very annoying because I've got a stream later too. We're into the interiors. The kitchen with New England kind of interior decorating. From what I've seen on Pinterest over the years on New England style of interiors, it's all very light and airy. So I did really kind of try to keep that aspect in mind in here. Maybe not the kitchen as such, because they've got black worktops and things, but into the living areas and things, it really kind of came through. The New England style came through for me, and I was very happy with it. Really like the layout of this kitchen as well. I like how island kind of hugs into the edge of the wall just to bring a bit more space. And the fridge is like next to it too, just like by the doorway. So you could come in from work, grab something from the fridge and take it over to cook. And I'm all for it. Okay, into the living room. So the living room is really big. The living room is a massive room. So I kind of segregated areas off really, using the sofas to kind of separate the main kind of sitting space. But also behind it, I put like a nice bookshelf and stuff. And there's a music station over the other side. I really want a vinyl player. I would really love a turntable in The Sims. I know we've got one. It's that big, huge one, which I actually end up using in this room. But I would like just one that you could put on top of like a side table, like a little turntable that comes in all lovely colours. Maybe a few swatches that look a little bit battered. I don't know why they haven't done that. Because all of the stereos are so ugly. They're so ugly and over-styled. They don't look realistic. So I end up using hardly any of them. I don't know about you guys, but I just end up using hardly any of them because they just look stupid. Bloody stupid. That's what they look. So yeah, I end up using this one. And I was like, oh, there's not really a matching swatch per se. So I end up going for that darker wood with the goldy tones in it just to bring a bit of the bronze out in here. But yeah, love this wood flooring. That wood flooring is from the Eco Lifestyle pack. It's gorgeous. I love the swatches it comes in. And I just love the texture on the wood itself. It's lovely. And then obviously what I was just doing then was a little desk area. And I was trying to figure out, shall I put a sofa over here? Oh, I don't know what to do in this area. So I end up just putting a couple of poofs over here just in case they want to come and sit by the window with the window open and have a little read or something. I don't know. But it still worked. It really did. Yeah, really liked this living room. Liked how it came out. Now this is the dining area. So the dining area is just off the kitchen. It's got 2 archways going from either side, but it's also got 2 doors. One of them going into the garage and one of them actually going into the games room itself. So this room was a little bit hard to kind of figure out a layout plan in the beginning. So what I ended up doing was using a circular table instead, and it just really fit. I thought, right, I'm going to use a white table, but I'm going to darken down the seats just to help bring that floor area in. And I use a mirror just to bring a bit of space, bring a bit of spatial awareness into this room, and it seems to have worked quite nicely. But I love those doors, those barn doors. I want to see some more things like that. I really do. Really, really do. I can't even remember what pack they came in now. Was it Parenthood or something? Or Cats and Dogs? I love them. Love them, love them. I wish they would do more doors like that and stop doing these over-styled, like, children-looking things. I feel very heated on that. So, into the games room. I end up getting rid of the aquarium that I've put down as well. It's just that it was taking up too much room for the stuff that I actually wanted to go in here. And this was supposed to be a bit of like a man's den. There's obviously a gay couple in here. So I would imagine they like their games, like their toys very much. And this is what I wanted to reflect in this room, but still being able to use by the kids and stuff as well. So everything can be. I don't know if the kids can play the ping pong table. Probably not. They normally get left out quite a bit. End up using the neon sign in here as well, but I think I changed the color of it in live mode just so it didn't like sort of glare out too much. I think I just put it to a warmer tone just so it didn't look too massively modern, even though this house is kind of an old house that's kind of been modernized on the interior. And yes, very nice indeed. But I don't know, love it. And this is where I said like the granny annex could be. I think the granny annex would look great in that area. Now into one of the big bedrooms. I only show one of the bedrooms being furnished because they were both kind of similar in style. I didn't want to kind of make it look like I was just like copying one from another room. So I kind of left one of them out. I didn't think it would be that interesting for you guys. I stick with the light earthy tones going throughout here. And it took me a while to get this just right. But in the end, I was happy with how it was. I actually muted down the wall colours because they were white and they were just a little bit too bright up here for a bedroom. In this style of house anyway. So yeah, I muted them down. And then what this area is over here, it's almost like they've both got their own little mini living area where they can just come and chill by the window. And I love that idea. Really, really love that idea. And I do the same in the other big bedroom as well. But obviously we've got a kid's bedroom too. So there are 3 bedrooms, 3 nice big size bedrooms. You could even make these into dressing areas if you wanted. That was my first thought. And then I was like, no, because I always kind of do that. I want to do something a little bit differently and give them their own kind of sitting areas where they could come, chill out, read a book, do some work, whatever. But yeah, so kids' bedroom. Now, I wanted the kids' bedroom to have a kind of light, airy feel to it. So I think, yeah, I end up keeping a lot of the white walls, muting them down with some greys just to give them a bit of personality. And I end up choosing really nice light furniture in here. I wanted this room to look bright, friendly, crisp and fresh. Oh, that's very descriptive. But that's what I wanted. That is indeed what I wanted for this room. I've got an itchy bloody neck. See, as soon as I start to record, I start to itch. I think I'm allergic to recording. I shouldn't. I definitely am not. I've done it enough over the years. But yeah, let me know what you think of this build, guys. I'd be really keen to hear your feedback. It's going to be up on the gallery as well. If you wish to go and download it, you can. My username is DevonBumpkin or my origin, and it's all one word on Origin. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it where we go. But I love those little balloon decals. I use them everywhere. I've used them in so many of my kids' bedrooms, but I love them. I think they're so cute. So cute. And I'm very much here for it. Really am. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on now because I can't talk anymore. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all on Monday for the next Let's Build the Worlds. Goodbye, my friends.